win for you.
Call attorney John Foy and Associates today.
Well, one morning, me and my wife were headed to work. Bus came out right in front of us, and then I woke up hours later in the emergency room. I was worried about the health and well-being of my wife. My son contacted Austin Jackson. They took all the pressure off. They said they will handle everything. And when they meant everything, they meant everything. I would recommend Austin Jackson Law Firm because they relieve you from all the pressure. Get Austin Jackson, the Augusta guy.
A couple days prior, we did mention that there could be the possibility of really strong tornadoes. Vandenberg, make sure you are getting into your safe spot right now.
Thank Riley. I thank Riley so much. He saved our life.
This is why we put out those first alerts.
You're watching News 12 live at 5. Continues.
Well, dangerously low temperatures are on the way for our region. I'm here with First Alert meteorologist Miguel Hannah-Harding. Just how cold is it going to get for us tonight?
Well, some very cold and Arctic air moving in the full forecast.
Thanks, Miguel. When does a hotspot for crime become a danger to the public? That's the question Augusta Commission is asking after the Smart Grocery on Wrightsboro Road has been the scene of several shootings, some deadly throughout the years. At least 9 shootings have happened there, 2 of them deadly. The most recent just last month when someone shot and killed 32-year-old Jeremiah Griffin. Our Craig Allison is live for us in the newsroom. And Craig, what did Augusta commissioners discuss tonight about that location?
Well, whether it's from the sheriff's office or the store owner, commissioners want accountability to stop the violence happening there. They're both being asked to come to the next committee meetings later this month to explain what they need to stop the shootings. Commissioner Catherine Smith McKnight says through her communication with the store owner, they have reached out to the sheriff's office, but having extra officers nearby could be an issue of staffing. McKnight says neighbors around the area have been calling her, saying they're tired of feeling scared.
For me, this has been on several occasions where their concerns are the gunshots that they're hearing. We just had an incident where there was a fatality about a little over a month ago, and this isn't the first time. This is, I don't want to say that this is not the owner of Smart Grocery's fault. He sells beer and wine just like so many other convenience stores around Augusta. But being that it is in District 3 and that area is really concerning me.
All new on News 12 at 6 o'clock. We'll also hear from Commissioner Jordan Johnson about another shop off of Olive Road. He says is also seeing the same violence.
All right, thanks, Craig. We know that you'll continue to follow this and keep us updated as we learn more with this. A new video this evening showing what Columbia County deputies were dealing with during an attempted robbery and car chase. You can see a suspect get out of a vehicle and point a weapon towards another car at the Longhorn Steakhouse on Lewiston Road. This all happened Friday morning when deputies say an attempted robbery at the nearby Walmart led the suspect, 24-year-old Brendan Daniels, to chase the victim into the Longhorn parking lot. Then the chase continued onto Lewiston Road. The victim was able to get away, and deputies say Daniels crashed into a vehicle and tried to run away. He was caught a short time later and is now in custody, facing several charges. A third suspect is now in custody in connection to a deadly triple shooting on Wadley Drive in Aiken County. The shooting happened back in June of 2022, and 3 teenage boys were killed. 17-year-old Willie Garrett IV, 16-year-old Ivan Perry were both found dead at the scene, and Cameron Carroll passed away at the hospital. The Aiken County Sheriff's Office says 17-year-old Antonio Jones is facing 3 counts of murder and a weapons charge. New details tonight in the case of a missing Orangeburg woman. The Orangeburg County Sheriff's Office now says human remains found near her home belonged to 49-year-old Melissa Aguilar. The remains were found back on the 4th, but Aguilar's family claims that investigators did not recover all of her remains. They say when they went to visit the site themselves, they found, quote, close to 20 pieces of bone. During the press conference, the sheriff acknowledged the incident, saying the remains were likely uncovered because of heavy rain last week and not because of neglect by investigators. No word tonight on a suspect in this case, and of course we'll continue to follow this and keep you updated as we learn more. Today marks 1 week since an EF2 tornado ripped through Bamberg, destroying parts of the historic downtown area and tearing apart entire buildings there. Luckily, nobody was hurt, and homes and businesses were less fortunate. Cleanup continues tonight as businesses work to get back to normal.
Trying to help each other, help the community trying to help me. Oh, I tell you, it's overwhelming, you know, the prayers, people calling me on the phone, people seeing what I can do, what they can do to help.
All new tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we're hearing more about the recovery efforts going on in Bamberg. The SATs are going digital. Gone are the days of the paper and pencil tests. This year, the college entrance exams will be digital only. The nonprofit that runs the SAT and PSAT say that one of the reasons for the change is that a study revealed 80% of students find it less stressful to take the SAT online. Now, to help parents understand this move, Richmond County will hold a district-wide SAT information night. It will be 1 week from today on the 23rd, starting at 6 p.m. The event will be live streamed on the Richmond County Board of Education's website. Investing in one of Georgia's most precious resources, that is on the minds of lawmakers tonight. Our State House reporter Abby Kasoris reports that state lawmakers are recommending millions more to help students read at a higher level.
Georgia students' reading rates have not returned to pre-pandemic levels. This problem getting the attention of state lawmakers and the governor.
The majority of our students are not reading at grade level.
This week is budget week at the state capitol, meaning lawmakers will hear from agencies vying for more money to fill the gaps.
Good morning.
Superintendent Richard Wood says the state should focus on getting more kids reading and reading well. By fourth grade, a third of Georgia students are considered proficient in reading. Students who can't read by fourth grade are 4 times more likely to drop out of high school.
Look at some of the things that perhaps are saying are students where they need to be. You know, I think everyone would agree, no, we are not where we need to be, but I do believe we have the processes in place. I think we have the team in place now.
The governor's budget proposal includes more than $11 million for improving literacy. $5 million for additional learning tests to identify struggling students, then another $6 million for literacy coaches that can work with teachers to help get students caught up. A recent survey from the Governor's Office of Student Achievement found 58% of 149 districts already employ at least one literacy coach, with more than 500 working statewide.
So it gives us a unified picture across the state so that everyone's talking the same language.
State lawmakers representing rural areas say historically their school districts have been left out of these kinds of improvements. They say a statewide program will ensure that their students have what they need to succeed. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Kasoris.
Thanks, Abby. A new system is affecting how your kids are recruited for sports. We'll explain how coming up next. Mikhail?
We are tracking some bitterly cold air building into the region, already seeing wind chill values in the mid-20s for places like Hancock County, Sparta to be exact. We'll look at that closer and talk about how cold it will get when you come back. Time to bundle up.
Thanks, Mikhail. The winter transfer portal closed on January 2nd. This year set another single-day record for those looking to leave their current programs. The transfer portal has changed the way rosters are built, and it's changed the way that kids are recruited. Our Alyssa Lyons has the details.
College football now, in my opinion, is really kind of taking the place of a lower-level pro division.
Right now you have guys in college that are getting 5, 6, even 7 years of eligibility, and it's just kind of backing everything up for high school kids.
The guys wanting to sign that dotted line are hurting the most because of it.
We had about 25 schools that stopped by. I think if it had been a different year, a different time, without the NIL, without the transfer portal, maybe that number doubles. We are seeing less and less now.
Some coaches want that fast food take of ready-made players.
What's happening is a lot of those college guys, they say, hey, I can take a guy in a transfer portal who's already got a year of college classes under his belt. He's used to college routine. He's used to playing against college guys and having college tape.
Others want that slow burn churn of a meal made from the kitchen.
Some programs like Clemson, some of those are trying to look for just kids that want to be there for 4 years and stick it out the old traditional way.
It just needs better ingredients.
Until they put some type of cap on how many transfer portal kids you can take, or say, hey, 25% of your scholarships have to go to high school kids. You know, there's got to be some rhyme or reason to it, or putting a cap on how much NIL money you can get.
At the end of the day,
you cannot blame a college coach for wanting to take a kid, you know, that's already got those credentials.
We get that it is a business for them, but what hurts us is the development of our players and our athletes, and for them not to have that opportunity.
The new way of doing business. Alyssa Lyons on your side.
And while the winter transfer portal closed earlier this month, it reopens on special occasions like last week. The NCAA opened a 30-day window after Alabama coach Nick Saban announced his retirement.
For many companies, CES doesn't end when they put everything away. I'm Jamie Tucker, and I'm part of CES called Eureka Park. And coming up, an inside look at some small companies with big dreams.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
When you've been hurting...
CES in Las Vegas may be over, but for small companies, the work is just beginning. Our consumer tech reporter Jamie Tucker shows us how many startups now have some big plans.
What the Tech, sponsored by Augusta Preparatory Day School.
From the very beginning, at its core, CES is about innovation. While you might think that the innovation comes from large companies, the truth of the matter is it comes from small companies. And those small companies from around the world are always located in a place called Eureka Park.
Eureka Park is sort of an application-based program here.
John Miranda's company, Power One, launched its latest products at CES, modules that connect to iPhones for storage, power, and ports.
And you will wirelessly charge the AirPods using the power of the iPhone.
He's at CES to get the word out ahead of a crowdfunding campaign, and like others here, to find potential investors.
Startups are, pretty capital intensive, and investors are always good.
Eureka Park brings together inventors with big ideas, glasses to assist the blind, audio earrings, and oddities like plant pets that make plants interactive. If they're fortunate, they'll be invited to meet with investors and large companies set up in nearby hallways where deals are made.
We have been working with this technology for more than 10 years.
Amphitrack is from Denmark. Their chips and technology are used by other companies to motion track fingers, arms, and legs in their own products. CES puts them in front of companies that can very well implement its technology in products you'll use at home or work.
Yeah, it's too early to say if it's going to happen, but we have more than 200 leads to follow up.
When these companies return home, they will follow up on some of those leads, hoping that something big happens in the coming year. Many of them, though, will be back next year to try it again. That's What the Tech from Eureka Park at CES. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Well, as of right now, there are 8 head coaching vacancies across the NFL, with the Atlanta Falcons being one of the teams on that list. News 12 Sports Director Dan Booth joins.
Now, back on the home front, the official realignments for the South Carolina High School League is expected to be released next week. Fox Creek was originally supposed to be moved from Class 2A all the way up to Class 4A. However, Fox Creek won their appeal, so instead of going to Class 4A, they're sliding up to only Class 3A instead. Head boys basketball coach and assistant athletic director Andrew Peckham will tell us what this decision means and how this decision is so crucial for the future of Fox Creek athletics later on this evening.
Well, hey, Dan, I'm not a athletic director, but I understand the difference between 1A, 4A, so pretty big stuff right there. As far as wind chills, though, big Arctic blast of air begins tomorrow, and unfortunately will be with us for some time. Stick around and hear more about that.
I'm Chip Lewis with 64 Insurance Group. Surprisingly, there is no Medicare orientation. Let us guide you through the entire process. For a commitment-free consultation, please call the number on your screen. Don't wait till you're 65 to call. Are you 64.com.
Attention.
Hey, Brett, I think we need a jingle.
What'd you have in mind?
I don't know yet.
Well, if you're taking something, come knock on my door.
Come and knock on my door. If you're 64.
Well, a huge shout out to our very own Richard Rogers for pointing out what a fantastic sunset that we do have outdoors. So definitely take a moment to step outside and enjoy it. It is a little chilly outside, but it'll be a lot colder by tomorrow morning. So you can definitely withstand what it feels like outside right now. But just a really good one right there. As far as looking at temperatures, they're in the 30s to our west, west of Augusta, that is. So definitely seeing that colder air kind of building in for our western counties first. And we'll see that just continue to overtake the area into tonight. So definitely get ready for that. Some really big changes, though, on the way heading into tomorrow morning. We're talking about temperatures in the teens and low 20s, and we haven't been able to say temperatures in the teens for some time now. So get ready for that and be sure to bundle up. We do have a wind chill advisory in effect for Hancock and Tolliver counties, just for the possibility of these wind chill values getting down towards the single digits tomorrow morning. So again, further west you go, the colder it will be, but across the area, we are expecting those air temperatures to be in the 20s and upper teens, and also those wind chill values to be in the teens pretty much for everyone. But that first alert is in effect for tomorrow morning, your Thursday morning, and again for Saturday and Sunday morning as we see another blast of cold air come in behind our next front that could bring us some isolated rainfall potential as we head towards the beginning of your Friday.
All right, thanks, Mikkel. Stick with us. We have more news, weather, and sports coming up after a short break on News 12 at 6 o'clock.